Cotty, and thanks for joining me for another on-location adventure. Today we're starting off in the old village of Ripoll in the Girona province, and we're going to first of all tackle the mellow slopes of the Col de Marolla before moving into the dizzy heights of the Col de Creueta up to nearly 2,000 metres. Since this is going to be an epic day in the saddle, and to bring you the maximum performance gains, we're going to break it down into two parts. In part one, we're going to leave Ripoll and gently warm ourselves up to a solid tempo pace on the slopes of the Marolla. It's about an 18k climb, and I reckon it's going to be about 35 minutes worth of effort. And to keep us doubly entertained, we're going to throw in a few 8 to 10 second sprints every 5 minutes or so. So watch out for those. From the summit, we're going to take a short breather and back our effort down to endurance pace, keeping the legs supple for any kickers that we might find on the way down to Pobla. By this point, we'll have 27 k's in the legs and about 500 meters of elevation, so it's a good chance to grab a coffee and end this first part of the ride.
Nice.
Along the way, we're going to bring you some of the many highlights that characterise the region. From the volcanic land known as La Garrocha to the many historic and charming villages, chapels and churches, some of which are built in some rather precarious places. We're entering a land where time stands still and untouched beauty is around every corner. Of course, if you've got the legs, by all means continue on for another 21k straight away up to the Creueta. But let's keep our eyes on the prize and focus on the job in hand to begin with. So with that said, let's get after it.
Ripoll. Drop this down to locating as we go up.
The 1 o'clock bell has chimed, so means we've got to get going. But quite the ride lined up today. Definitely a favourite of the area, as you're going to see.
No.
About
Crap.
3 k's before we're going to hook a left and get onto the more tranquil part. The nice thing is we get onto that really quick, so going to be enjoying this area in not very many minutes.
I like the cans up.
About 27 k's up to the top of Marolla. It's not an overly difficult climb. Really something where if you're feeling good, you can definitely knock it along a bit. And if you want to take it a bit easier, and one of those climbs that's quite kind as well. So
they're good all arounder, for sure.
We get to play around today. Glad you joined me for the ride.
Good morning. What's going on, everybody?
Wait, in this area a few times.
We're just
single time
gravel gears.
I come back and do this ride.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's absolutely glorious.
David was talking gravel gears, I'm talking road gears. I have no gravel gears to talk about.
Welcome to Ripoll, located between the
Jason, you gotta think about going to a 2x
rivers. We're here in the centre, and you can see that the whole village is built around the old Benedictine monastery of Santa Maria de Ripoll, constructed around the 9th century.
30-something and a 40-something, I'd imagine.
With an ample supply of coal and iron ore, coupled up with an abundance of water
what's your rear? It's like
led to a thriving metalworking industry. Ripoll's Power Forge was a prime source of medieval weaponry, as well as metalworking hardware, and its furnaces were open for over 5 centuries.
Yeah, if you did something with like a 34, if you did like that,
with both the Fraser and the Tare rivers playing such a significant part of Ripoll's history, legend has it that once upon a time they set themselves a contest to see which would reach the sea first.
Yeah.
The first one to reach Ripoll, the first milestone, would continue to the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Fraser descended quickly through the canyons and cliffs of the Reed Valley, but tired from its effort, had to stop and rest.
Oh, you know what?
The Tare, on the other hand, descended much more, but didn't stop for a second.
You probably couldn't use the crank though. I've got
and was the first to reach Ripoll, thus winning the competition.
It's a
Today,
40-46.
Ripoll is a bustling tourist spot with narrow streets and quaint
That,
bars and restaurants
when I
dotted
first
around
bought
the
it.
town's scenic market squares. Not only that, it's a
I
pretty good
didn't
place to
dislike
start a
that
bike ride
hearing.
from.
You could always go to a
I'm going to
smaller.
spend quite a lot of time focusing on breathing.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of obvious, right?
Having that as
You got to
useful.
breathe, but
The
you know, how you
46
breathe
wasn't
and when you
terrible.
breathe and
Stuff.
to the extent of your focus. It's very important just to try and get the most out of
Because
yourself.
remember, I only had a 42
definitely
11
going to pay a bit of attention to that, so
for my big gear.
looking forward to it. It's an
Man,
absolute
these last
scorcher
couple
today.
miles are
I've got
really dragging back.
nearly 30 degrees on the clock, and we're only
You
mid-April.
just got to go easy and not look at the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, glorious.
Yeah, I can't believe I made that
Perfect,
huge
really,
oopsie
because
yesterday.
when you're climbing up to just below
Like-
2,000 meters, I
We
mean, the
did the,
sky's clear at the moment.
Okay, so we did the
Kinda like,
team time trial yesterday.
I like to look out
Nice.
in the morning and, you know,
I was supposed to
decide
be at
what to
sea, but
wear and
unfortunately, just
get the route
staying
planned,
on their wheels,
get the
I rode like a
excitement
bee.
going, and crack on
So,
with it.
so
It
that,
takes
so
a
that
little bit of
happened.
the
I
worry
got,
out
I
of
got
it.
a
It's gonna be a
3.6
blazing
average.
day.
But,
Wow.
but then at the end,
That's why you were terrible today.
yeah, then the wagon came on, and I was like, ooh, I'll go up and join them. And then I was having trouble getting onto the event,
Oh no.
How you feeling?
all because of my own
nervous?
problems, not because of RGT.
I mean,
Oh.
it's good to have a little bit of,
And then,
let's call it
and
positive
then once I got on,
nervousness.
then I stuck
just
around
what's
for
up the road.
like 13
At the
miles.
same time,
So in the
yeah,
end,
now's the time
I
to,
spent like over an
you know,
hour,
do a little bit of a
and then finally
systems
fueled
checking
after the
away.
race.
Oh
You
no.
know, just
And,
keep the upper body nice
yeah,
and
that was
relaxed.
a bad move.
I'm thinking to myself, okay,
I
definitely
was all
got some
high off
harder
of
work to
endorphins
come,
and making bad
so
decisions.
I'm really trying to, keep the arms nice and
So
relaxed.
yeah, once lunchtime rolled
Lower
around,
back and legs just
I had to like
legs just
gather
turning
myself
nicely.
and eat some food, and then I felt better. But today
Yeah.
I was
even got a little dusting of snow ahead. Snow-capped peaks. Oh man, this is glorious. Such a nice road for the warm-up as well, just straight and flat. Yeah, we're going to move it up to more of a tempo pace, so kind of around that 80% FTP, and we're going to be holding that for most of the climb. So it's going to be uncomfortably comfortable or comfortably uncomfortable, however way you want to look at it. Yeah, a lot of cyclists out as well. It's good to see lots of little pelotons, and actually it looks like they're doing the baguette run. Nice thing with this whole ride
So
really
I'm on
is
a Wahoo system today.
it's just the perfect like
I'm in
combination.
Girona.
The first climb is
On
mellow.
a
The second
ride
climb
with
is
Mike Cotty going
actually,
from Catalonia.
I mean, it goes up to nearly 2,000 meters,
Ripoll.
but it's,
Some really cool
it's
views.
not a brute.
Nice
It's
hour
like something
ride.
you can
There.
enjoy. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll use that. Let's put that in
These are
inverted
super
commas.
cool. He like talks you
But,
through
yeah,
everything
it's
he
definitely a
sees
climb
and
that, God,
all the
it
views.
gives so much. You know, you're going to give
It's
a lot on
really
that climb. We're going to do some good intervals later on that, but
that must be something like
it's a perfect combination because the warm up.
I was doing the rower
first
on
climb really
iFit for a while,
gets you into
Yeah.
the ride,
and
then we tackle part two
and
later.
so I would do like
That's
I did
kinda
like
like
I'd do one
creme de
row
la
where it
creme,
was
the
we'd go across
Fiesta
the
La
English
Resistance.
Channel
Oh boy.
the
Nice.
whole way. The guy would just
Okay, we're
tell
gonna
stories
take
of
a
being in the
left-hand here.
Olympics and you know, all the views around him and stuff, and it was entertaining.
heading towards Gombron, a little village en route.
Hey Jason, did you
There we
watch
got a
the,
sign there, 8.5 Ks.
the muddy Roca?
I love all these small villages as well.
No, what?
Crossing the Lobgrat River.
I think I said it on
Very sleepy,
think it was
these
just
villages.
a
Actually,
regular
Ripoll's one of the
message.
bigger villages. So if
Oh
you
yeah,
come
yeah,
here,
yeah. The downhill, blah blah blah.
really
Yeah,
nice,
yeah. That's nuts.
spot just to check out. It's an old monastery, and yeah,
No,
kind
no,
of
the
a lot
one in
happening.
First
It's
Grotto
quite
where they
busy
had,
today.
it was like
And
just
we're at
super
Easter, so
wet and muddy.
A lot of people out and
Wow.
enjoying
And it
a
looked
little
like
bit of
the
time,
looked like a cross
time away
race.
from tourism, shall we
I'm
say?
just like, how would these guys? I mean, it would take you like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12
Taking pride
hours.
of place in centre stage
Yeah.
in Ripoll, the Benedictine Monastery of Santa Maria is one of Catalonia's most outstanding monuments with great
I
historic
think I
and
sent you
artistic
two. I sent you the other
importance.
one with that crazy
Founded
plant where
in the
those
9th
guys would
century
just.
by Count Wilfrid, the
I
monastery
swear I
quickly
kept
became a
waiting for one of
major
them to go
cultural
off the
centre during the
trail.
Middle Ages,
Oh, the
which
cliff,
is
yeah.
one of the
That's in
reasons
Santa
why it
Monica.
continued to be developed up until the
Oh,
12th
is that where that
century.
was?
Yeah.
The main feature of the
Pretty
monastery
nuts.
is its Romanesque
We
front
ride
facade
the road
dating
sections
back to
around
the
there.
12th century, which is divided
We
into
see the
7
dirt sections.
horizontal
I've never done the
strips
dirt sections
in which
there.
biblical, historical, and allegorical
Yeah,
scenes
that
are depicted.
looks.
Forming the backbone
It
of a
looks
set
like
of
that one
outbuildings
section,
most
it would-
closely linked to
that's the
community life,
curvy.
the cloister
Yeah.
has 2 floors, the first being built in the 12th century and the second finished in the 16th century.
For camp
The top
next
of
year,
each column is carved
Yeah.
with innate detail,
when
overlooking a
does all
fountain
that start
and
going
pristinely kept
underway?
peaceful gardens.
It's starting to get planned in the
Congregating
background
towards the church,
they'll open
this is
up
where the
here pretty
Benedictine
soon
monks would have prayed 8
for
times a
others
day.
to join. Were you thinking of coming this year, Ed?
Yeah, I got a partial okay from my wife.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, last week of February.
The tombs of several
You can
counts,
go, but you
including
can't
that
take
of
your
Besalú
bike.
and Barcelona,
Ah!
and the founder, Count Wilfred.
Well, I already bought a bike bag, so that's here.
Right here
That was
in
my
the
one
walls
way
of
to
the
cement.
nave.
That was like, I just went and ordered one.
Might as well
Pretty much
use
like
it.
the next morning after she said okay.
What a truly
It was already on the
exceptional
way.
day.
How did
And
this
although
get here so
several centuries
fast?
have passed, you can still feel the presence and peacefulness
I won
of
it
the
in a
Benedictine
contest.
monks and
Yes,
their
I
daily
won it in a
practice.
contest. It cost $1.
I'm happy I bought it when it did because I was
What I like is
looking at them
despite
last night
being in a-
and they went
an
up
old,
$300.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
village back
That
there
is
just
nuts.
what 5
And
minutes
then
ago.
they're
or so.
going down again.
You can really quickly
Oh
get
yeah,
out into the
Black Friday's coming
countryside.
right up, and so
Out
I'm
to the
guessing that
hills
they
and the
maybe they
foothills
put
and
the
then the high
price up and then
mountains.
bring it back down.
There's some stunning
Yeah,
So which
views.
one did you end up getting?
It's the
I'm glad you
SC
picked up the
Icon.
phone. You took the call and you.
What's up, Diggs?
decided to join me
BTW.
today.
Thanks for joining in. We're on the lead up here on the Catalunya ride. On location with Mike Cotty here in Girona.
I just use this just to
Yeah, it's a pretty good ride so
keep
far.
ourselves warmed
It's on
up.
Wahoo system, but
And
if you got any
gradually the road
questions, hit me
starts
up,
to
let me know.
rise.
I'm just online
But
with
it
a
never really
bunch of the ODZ rider
got the
guys
max gradients around
on
10.
Discord, just chatting away in the
Never really
background.
kicks up too hard, so we'll just use
derailleur,
that to
protector,
naturally then
and
bring our effort
and
level up.
maybe like add cardboard in just in case. But
Yeah, cool noodles are your friend.
I've got the Evon.
Oh, yeah.
I've never picked my
It's
drill
early
in
days, but
anything.
remember to keep
The
drinking.
six, the
It's definitely a warm one
triangle
out here.
sits on a little platform.
It's been one of the
So
warmest
yeah.
days of the
the
year, I think, so
derailleur,
far.
derailleur's like inch above the floor, and your wheels are, my bad, wheels are right on. Right? So I mean, they would have to explode your whole body probably to break your derailleur off.
ooh yeah,
That's a good bag. That's the same one that Greg has, right?
Now, Greg's he's got the one that blows air into it,
Oh,
and
A few
one
wangles
advantage
out as
to
well.
his
That's
is
such an
his
awesome
has
area.
4 wheels instead of 2.
yes, I saw that.
But
Sorry
one
about that.
disadvantage
is the
is the
first
wheels
time
don't
I
fall or anything. So
I
if
rode
you're
this route,
like
I
on
actually
the
stumbled upon it.
scooter bus
Didn't really know
getting
what I
to
was
your
expecting.
fellow car
Just
or
going for a
something,
nice bike ride.
Yeah.
And
you have to
yeah, had a look at
hold
the
it
map
whole
and found a nice loop, I guess.
Yeah.
and drive
If you want to
itself
make it a
all
loop, yep, it's
the
really
bus.
easy. You know, you're going to double
one
the
thing I liked
distance.
about this bag,
we're gonna finish
as opposed to the
Eventually
hard
at the top
case
of
that they
Coretta.
had,
If you carry on,
um,
you can actually
with the
add a
hard
couple more
case you had to
climbs,
fold your
or you can
handlebars
just
down,
descend your way
Yep.
all the way back to
which
Ripoll.
then made it
And it's a mega descent.
not really
A long,
as
long,
easy
long
with an
descent.
integrated
So super
handlebar,
smile inducing.
Oh,
which I do not.
But
I don't have now,
nice.
but I plan to get soon.
yeah, real
But
nice thing is there's so many
the,
options, and I
but the soft
kinda
one,
just
you don't have to.
stumbled upon it. As
The
I
only thing you
said,
have to remove is
started riding
the
along
wheels.
and thinking, yeah,
Yep.
this is a bit
That's
of all right,
nice.
and then things just kept getting better and
So how
better.
does
But yeah,
does it have a big white?
what's that?
Does it have like a big wide area that's like the handlebar?
Yeah,
How you feeling relaxed?
yeah, it has an interesting shape to it. It's almost like wider at the top
Taking some
than
big
on
deep
and
breaths.
narrow at the bottom. But
In
all
through
the
the
weight's at the
nose.
bottom, because it has a whole rack that you
Out through the
you
mouth.
hook your frame onto.
In through the nose.
I don't know if my cars would fit. Jason,
Out through the-
the first thing Jason said when
Really
I'm like,
try and stay
wow,
relaxed.
those are nice.
Like,
The
oh my
road's
gosh,
just starting to kick
this
up.
is really,
so
it's like driving a car.
bring that that level of effort just off the touch.
I think they're 48. Yeah, I think they're 48.
Where our workout really starts to begin.
Hey, good morning, Jason.
What's up, Andy?
Yeah, this is the bag here. It has like
Hurry.
4 wheels that all rotate.
Wow, look at that.
It's pretty cool.
That looks
Hold
good.
on, let me
It's
switch
just
up.
gonna be very bulky though. But,
Yeah, if
but
you're gonna
it's
check
like-
it in, might as well check it in.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then I'll just be nervous the entire flight.
You gotta put some air tags on it,
Oh yeah.
so you know where
definitely.
it's, so you know where it is while they transport it to the airport. That's like Andy does.
My luck, they'll probably put me out the window and I'll just on the side where they're loading all the luggage, and I'll be like just watching
Throw
them
it around.
chuck it onto the ramp.
Engine wheel. We're throwing some 8 to 10
Remember,
second
we-
sprints.
Remember, if you
Every
fly
5 minutes.
flat airlines,
They're going to be tough. They're going to disrupt things a bit. You know, we like to do that every now and again, just to, you know, push the limits, keep everyone on their toes.
You've sent an email. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And on a session like this, where we're going to be focusing so much on not only kind of keeping our body in check, but breathing as well, I think you'll notice, be a little bit more mindful of what's happening during
Oh,
those
Bussy.
8
Yep.
to 10 second sprints.
Yep.
You know, you
Bussy had
tensed
that.
up. You know, I'll
It's true.
admit,
Okay.
it's not something you really think about too much, but when you do put a bit of thought in, you realise that, why am I gritting my teeth and not breathing? You know, only having a couple of missed breaths. You know, if you do anything, hold your breath for a couple of seconds when you're putting some power down. You really feel it afterwards. Doesn't seem like a lot of the time, but geez Louise, I tell you, it certainly comes back to bite you in the butt. So we're going to really be looking at trying to keep a good controlled breathing, you know, try and actually take more breaths than we potentially otherwise would if we weren't focused so much. So, you know, big deep breaths, keep that oxygen coming in, get as much oxygen in the bloodstream as you can. What a road. It's got the endless fields and hillside off to the left.
Yeah, I heard. Nice. Comment on that. There you go.
Yeah, feel free with this one. If you need to get out the saddle just to mix up the position a bit, that's all well and good. No stress on that today. Remember, we're just trying to keep it around that tempo level of exertion. We're not working too hard at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, sit up straight. Shoulders down.
Nice.
Chest out. Remember, get that air in. You know, we're not working too hard, but trust me, it's going to help. I'd say we've got about a little
What's up,
bit of a
Ashik?
downhill now.
Thanks for joining in on the stream. Hope you're enjoying
when the road
a little bit of respite here before we do
it'll be
the
about
big
time
climb
for
here
our
in
first
Catalonia.
10-second sprint. Oh, 5K's in on the GI 401. I don't know, it's a sign, isn't it? Okay, let's do it.
Here we go.
Doesn't feel like much, but I'm going to take a few deep breaths just to recover from it. Get the legs, keep the legs spinning, straight back to around 80% tempo, 80% of FTP. The first ones are always, you know, first little cheeky efforts always hurt a bit more. Now we're going to open the system up, so whew. So what happened to your breathing there? You know, was it controlled? Did you just clench your teeth with that kind of stop the natural inhalation process?
RGT?
You know, it's amazing when you think about these things a bit more. It's quite something. Of course, it's such a natural thing, but we're completely in control of it. So just because we go into natural kind of like survival mode doesn't mean that it's always going to be most efficient for riding a bike and getting the most from ourselves. Oh, look at this. Sweeping left-hander over a little bridge. Whoa. I mean, the awesome thing today is when we get the big breaths in, we also get the rich aroma of pine as well, which is, I don't know, we're not going to tell the sports science team, but it's worth at least 10 extra watts in my opinion, maybe more, but keep that secret to ourselves, eh?
Yeah. You're not.
That's one of my favourite types of sign, that. Cows. It could be a rhino, but I'm going to go for cow. I don't think there are many rhinos in the Girona province.
Yeah. Been a little bit.
You found your rhythm yet? Yeah, I'm still finding mine actually. We're getting there, bit by bit. Hang in there.
Wow.
Once again, just keep those shoulders down. Try not to bob around. You know, body nice and relaxed and straight. Use those legs.
Oh yeah.
Keep them turning over nice and smooth. Supple and smooth. That's the aim of the game on a nice climb like this where the gradient is quite kind to us and quite consistent. You really can start thinking about your form a lot more as well. I must admit, sometimes it's just survival. Stick it in your easiest gear and hope for the best, but not today. We're quite blessed with this road. Right, I think just before that bend, we'll get our next sprint in, so are you ready? All right, let's go. Yeah, dig, come on. Yeah, nice.
Oh,
keep
man.
the pressure on though, keep the pressure on. We're not recovering after the sprints. Yeah, we're straight back onto tempo.
Let's see.
it's nice to go this fast as well. I love this section of road. Just meandering in and out. It's like we're dolphin dipping in and out of an ocean.
Nice. Progression, consistency.
Wow, starting to feel pretty good. I don't know if that's the road or, you know, the system's starting to fire, but man, this is good. A little bit of a headwind, but makes the gradient just a touch harder, so if you fancy it, you can, you know, crank the fan up just a notch or two for the real deal. All right, 8K's in. It's so good just to be able to concentrate on that breathing. Like, I was kind of noticing, yeah, getting into a bit of oxygen there, even in a short, like 8 to 10 second sprint. You know, so that's why it's important just to try and, you know, get the oxygen in beforehand, so you've got a bit of a supply, you know. So you don't want to be gassed out before you do the hard effort. So, Gombrun already. We are making good progress today. You're flying.
There you go.
We're going to go straight ahead, straight through this village.
It's in our backpack.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're so crazy small, these villages. Definitely one for the locals. And that, my friends, was Gombrun. Probably all, I don't know, it's got to be 1,000 people in the village. It's quite hard to guess sometimes. Sometimes they look derelict.
Without an alternator?
This one, the building's looking
Only for a short time. That battery goes, you're done.
To the left, like a church, and yeah, not all the roofs are falling in, so there's definitely still some people living there. Along with areas of outstanding natural beauty, one thing that's hard to miss is the abundance of charming villages across the region, often perched up high for a picture postcard view or tantalisingly close to a cliff edge. We're here in Castellfollit de la Roca, which is one of the smallest towns in Catalunya at only 1 square kilometre, but size isn't everything, as it's been an important crossing point between La Garrotxa and Emporta since the Roman times.
I love these estations.
The old town is made up of narrow cobbled streets on either side of the cliff. Many of the old houses have been built using blocks of basalt quarried in the area.
Welcome, welcome.
On one side of the cliff stands the old church of San Salvador with its
Tempo
bell
Zone
tower.
2 here.
Nowadays used
Locatants through Catalunya.
But the most striking thing of all in this village is how it's been built entirely on a slither of ruptured basalt from an ancient lava flow. And breathe. We've got another 10-second sprint coming up, so lots of air in, come on. Suck it in. Slow exhale. Let's try doing this for around half a minute.
Going against it. Yeah.
Suck it in.
Battery is dead.
All right, Let's punch it up to the bend. Right. Back to tempo. Right, keep those shoulders down. It's easy to fall into the trap of wrapping them up around your ears. Before you know it, you can't hear anything. Kind road. Gradient's just backed off just a touch as well, so it's like perfect.
Wow.
Oh, not everyone's having a perfect day. I'm glad we weren't
oh, really?
too close to that one. Hopefully they'll get on their way again soon, but you know, we've still got our work to do, so keep that breathing nice and under control. So we're over halfway now, got a slight plateau. We're going to keep that effort level up. So just means we're going to go a bit faster, let it flow. A bit like the breathing, really. You know, it really is something that should feel balanced, and you know, it should be supporting what you're doing, not working against you. So you know, finding that balance where you can, you know, don't breathe in so much that you're going to hyperventilate. No. That's not the plan. It's got to be comfortable, but the goal is just not to, you know, tense yourself up. The goal is to stay nice and relaxed. So
what?
so many lovely little bends as well. It's great because you're always occupied, always entertained. I've climbed just under 300 meters of elevation gain as well. We're at just under 1,000 meters elevation, 976. So sure we're going to top out above 1,000 before the top.
Fluid. Yeah, pump fluid. Like those 10.
Yeah, coming up to a right-hander. We're going to follow the road round to the left, so keep looking to the left. But never been off to the right, but there's the Sanctuary de Montgroni. Fancy checking that out, so we're going to go take a look at that now. Located in the secluded Sant and Montgroni National Park and nestled between the rugged cliffs lies a place of enchanting history and legend.
Yeah.
The Sanctuary of Montgroni and the Church of St. Père is right here where folk have worshipped in these exceptional natural surrounds since the 9th century. The Church of St. Père behind me was established in 1138 and maintained parish functions all the way up until the 17th century when they were transferred to Gonfort below.
I remember that.
After which the only inhabitants were a lone custodian priest and some hermits.
Crazy.
In an attempt to make Montgroni an established sanctuary, the hotel behind me was built in the 18th century. It was in the 60s and 70s when water and electricity was installed, as well as the forest footpath being made into a small road. Although this modernisation certainly made it more accessible, it's good to see that the original charm exists still today, giving us a glance back at the past and a feeling of calm for the future.
Yeah.
Remember, natural flow on the breathing. a couple more big deep breaths and then we're going to hit it. All right. There we go. Now keep that pressure on. That's another part to focus on, really. It's not sprint recover, it's sprint keep the pressure on. So gradient's kicking up a bit, so about 9%. I don't think it's a very long, so still keep the pressure on though. Are you drinking enough? I've only had one sip, so long day in the saddle, so keep the fluids coming in as well.
Oh man. So I think I clocked, what, 600? So 600 reps total between squats and deadlifts over 2 weeks. So 600 last week, 600 this week. So hypertrophy phase, done. I'm sore. No. Just, oh yeah, they are strong. Oh, it sounds like Murph. Push-ups. Yep, Murph. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, they do it every 4th of July or something.
One of the most beautiful and diverse parts of the Girona province is La Garrocha, which means rough and rugged land. In the western part lies the land of the volcanoes, around the villages of Olot and Santa Pau, with over 40 extinct volcanoes and numerous lava flows. To the north, around the river Fluvia, the landscape changes radically. Steep cliffs and narrow gorges herald the entrance to the Alta Garrocha in the eastern Pre-Pyrenees. The complete area forms part of the Natura 2000 network, a European initiative to protect the most unique, rare and well-conserved natural spaces. In this day and age, it's rare to find such untouched landscapes and beauty, making it an ideal spot to just pause, breathe and enjoy.
Yeah. Weren't they like not even, everyone had the same bike? It wasn't even like your own. Yep, I remember this one. It was at yeah.
Another awesome set of actually, not really switchbacks, just mellow curves. Just the way we like it on this type of climb. Oh yes. All right, hands on the tops, shoulders down, chest out, lower back nice and straight, legs turning like pistons, breathing under control.
Arrow.
Check. We're on it.
We are almost to the peak of this climb. The sprints are definitely hurting my efforts here. Who sprints every 5 minutes up a 35-minute climb? I don't know. But hey.
Remember, keep it nice solid tempo. I'm thinking we hold off on this last sprint to the very top, so we're pretty close. I don't think we'll get 2 in. which means we've really got to make sure the breathing's under control for this last one.
Oh, I finally started downloading the video for when Bussy came. I didn't realize how overcast and dark it was most of the day.
That's it, nice deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That's how I like to do it. But
we got Ryland's
if you can nose breathe
amazing race birthday on
even
Sunday.
more efficient, to be honest. But this type of exertion it's quite tricky sometimes. Takes a lot of focus. So I go
yes,
for
exactly. Must have
in
been.
through the nose, out through the mouth.
Yeah, a lot. That was good. Yeah. It's like 100 where it had the ledge just to our left. And it's single track climb. Oh,
Come on, hang in
with
there.
both? Yeah.
We're going to get
That
to the
one
top
is sketch.
together. Starting to bite, actually. You know, those short, punchy little sprints certainly take a bit out of the system. So,
I know, right?
not
They
too
do have a new
hard.
gravel bike. There's a
Everything
Wahoo gravel
under
bike
control.
in the selection box. Yeah, so look at it. You could do it while you're riding. No, it just looks different.
Getting close to the top now.
Yeah,
Got to
it
try
is.
and remember where it is.
Just looks cool. Yeah. Funny coincidence?
I think it's coming into sight.
I don't know. That weekend that you
I'm
came,
feeling excited.
Specialized
Yeah, I think where that green
released that new
camper is.
STR
So we're going to time it.
Diverge
Got
suspension
a
up front
sprint
and
in,
back.
deep breaths.
Their new gravel bike.
Oh, easy, easy, easy. Get ready. Come on, we're going to get there
No,
together.
no,
Come
it
on,
has
up,
like,
up,
you
up.
gotta look it up.
Let's do this.
Look it up. There's like this little thing on the top tube
To the top.
that lets the back flex.
Yeah, come on.
So the
Up,
compliance
up,
is up.
Come on. Up, 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 up. Yes.
Diverge. The new Diverge.
Oh, I love it. Good job. Right on my
Yeah.
wheel, that's where we like to see you. Oh, yes.
Yep, so they added
We're gonna
that.
take a couple of minutes
And then they added
just to recover.
another compliance piece
That
in the
was
rear.
awesome. I think you rode it perfectly. Just let these bends soothe those legs.
Later, guys. Later. Oh, yeah.
So we got 9Ks down to
Only.
Pobla. And although the road is predominantly down, we've also got, I think, a couple of little rises, if memory
right in
serves me
front.
correctly. I mean, we got one here, but hey, we're going to take
Right
this
in front of the seat post.
a little bit easier.
Looks like a shock.
Done a good job so far, so
Keep looking. It's even more expensive.
with so much preservation and natural beauty, if bird watching over bike riding
Yep.
is your thing, then we've definitely come to the right spot. It's right here in Catalunya that three of the most important habitats for twitchers are located: the Ebro Delta, the Llobregat Delta, and the marshes of Importa. The result is over 230 regular breeding species, which is 90% of Spain as a whole, are found in just 30,000 kilometres squared. So what are the most sought after species? Well, if you're lucky enough, you might get a rare glimpse of a wall creeper, a pin-tailed sandgrouse, Dupont's lark, or if you're especially lucky, the one we've all been looking for, the little bustard.
Yep, that's the one.
Have we seen any today? Nil point.
Smooth.
Oh, that's such a cool road, eh? How are you liking it?
Yep.
Just keeps ducking and
Yeah.
diving.
Oh yeah, look at that video.
Absolutely superb.
The stem has compliance and the seat post.
Yeah, we're up to 1,090 meters at the summit of the Marolla. So descend down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Now we just crossed this bridge. It's quite significant actually because we go from the Girona province to the Barcelona province. So switching provinces.
Yeah.
There's
Not too bad.
increasing
I did
exertion just
last
a bit
weekend because I
now.
went
Bit of an
to
endurance pace.
Hey.
So we're definitely not recovering.
Nice. Later last
A
bar.
little bit of a rise back up to about 6%.
I went out to that road. I think I sent you a video.
Barcelona's
And I went down to
welcoming us.
30-32,
Can't have it easy
and it was a
all
lot
the way
better.
on the
That's
descent, can
almost
we?
5 pounds lower. Still felt a lot better on the
We're not
descents,
going to do
and
any more of those
even on the turns felt
short
good.
sprints. But if we do have any
So
sustained
I'll
like
probably try
punchy sections, then we'll get back up to around threshold. So I don't remember how many there were,
I'll keep watching.
and
I'll go out and
yeah,
finish
we're
the
gonna
rest of
find
the.
out.
Just kind of breaking it up into pieces every time I go out. Yeah. I'm using that silica thing to go low. See how far.
Slowly bring
Set
the pace up.
set it's like really bumpy. Nice.
See, I see you're feeling pretty damn good. So let's knock the pace up a bit more. I can hear you breathing down my neck, so. They're only short, these climbs, so we can afford to push a little bit harder.
Nice.
Short and sweet. Not short and steep, which is good.
Might get stuck.
Looks like that's the crest of this one. Still be thinking about your breathing as well. You know, don't let that
It does. I do
get out of control
I
again.
do
We've done a good job
tolerance
so far.
saturation before it leaves the GoPro app.
All right, back it off just a touch.
Yeah, so I'll edit out, then I'll export, then I'll edit the whole video. Yeah. I think my son, yeah. The quick program is much better now than it was before, if you haven't used it. Oh yeah. I have a video I did.
Ah, cheeky bit of a headwind.
Oh, I still try to use it. It's
That's
pretty
why,
crappy.
this section's not recovery.
Yeah. So you have to use something else. Friends at Windows, Android I use UCut. And then you could use Premiere, your Mac. It'd be like iMovie. I'm really simple. I try not to get it off a phone and tablet. I'm never going to do
just
it if
let
it goes on the
flow.
computer. Video? Oh, I take
Great
really
to
short
just be able to
videos.
visualize the
Nothing
perfect
over a
line
minute.
as well. The
So
roads
just
are
little
so
clips.
quiet out here, so
Yeah.
we can
Hey
just
Jerry,
really
good morning.
let the bike
I'm here on with Bussy.
be our guide,
Andy's on here too, in the back.
left and right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think the longest video I have is when I saw you at the parking lot and we drove to the other lot. That was it. Everything else is short. Oh, there's this, the descent.
Keep that
I got the
endurance
descent
pace.
all the way.
I can see the road's just going to be rising up a little bit.
And then our 30 mile per hour
I think we can
airport landing.
punch it up a bit.
against the wall. That was cool. That was longer.
All right, come on,
Nice.
get back on my wheel. Come on. Let's go. We're going to go up to FTP. Come
Yeah.
on.
We're like, oh,
Let's
the
go.
trail's over there. Let's go.
Back on. These rises are only small. Come on, you got to
I
dig
know it's
deep.
over here.
Up,
And
up.
then you came that rock wall. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, good job. Come on, that's the way.
I mean, I guess it's like a flood wall or something in case,
Okay, and recover.
you know, the creek
The
fills up
mountain
or
comes.
whatever.
I guess.
Coming
Yeah.
up, so
In case all that mountain comes
again,
down.
breathing under control.
One more bump here.
All right, ready? Okay, let's go.
Well, this climb is the worst in your easy gears, but
Doesn't matter in or out the saddle. Come on. Keep the pressure on. Legs are burning, but that's what we came for. Hot like the sun. Up, up, come on. Nice and controlled. Keep the upper body nice and still. Press those hands on the tops. Come on, we're nearly there. Oh, yes.
this
Could be the
segment's
last
called
one,
the bomb
so
hole climb.
good job.
Not sure what that means.
Nice, awesome. Sweet. Whew. Yeah, good session.
There we go.
Some other guy did it in a minute 8, so it'll take me like 18 minutes.
I think that might have been the last one, so just keep a good endurance pace now. Of course, we're gonna land this plane for the first part in La Pobla, but you can rock yourself straight into part 2 if you want. So up the Col de Creta. See how we feel when we get there, eh? Keep drinking. Oh, it's so warm today. Nice to feel that warm air again. Been a good few months since I had the luxury of riding in these sorts of temperatures. Oh, just the expanse of the landscape, come on. There we go, we've got the cows down there in the field. What a place. Oh. And I can come around the corner and it just gets better and better. Snow-capped mountain right in front of us. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get fairly close to that later. Although we can see the water flowing behind me, some 700,000 years ago, this would have been a very different place. And here at Saint-Jean-le-Fonce, it's one of the best places in the whole of the Garrocha for studying the volcanic rock. Where I'm sat right now, it's like a geological trip back in time. This is where the first lava flow came over 700,000 years ago. And you can see it almost looks like bubbles that have erupted from the ground.
Oh, it doesn't have an
The
app?
second lava flow corresponds with these lenticular plates behind me, which look like
Really?
giant columns. Over 150,000 years ago, that was when the lava would have been spewing out of the earth. And as the rocks solidified, they're here for us all to appreciate forevermore. The third significant lava flow happened 33,000 years ago, and you can see how the giant columns folded over on themselves to create what's now a majestic cliff formation.
Oh, yeah.
Walking over the ancient medieval bridge at Saint-Jean-le-Fonce is like taking a trip back in time, and although the origins are unclear, it dates back to around the 13th century. And the locals put all that lava flow rock to very good use, because that's exactly what the bridge is made from. Today, with such rich history, the bridge is classified as one of Catalonia's architectural heritage monuments. So it's such a perfect ride, because they give you this great little village just to take a breather. fill your bottles up and grab something to eat or get a coffee and then carry on. So it's idyllic.
Sure, they're working on it.
Yeah, keep that cadence nice and high, 90 RPM around there. Flush out all the nastiness that we've been building up. I think I can just about see the Pobla in the distance there. Crazy little village, really. The Coretta's just off to the right, so we're going to double back on ourselves, but we'll just nip into town, see what we can find.
Oh, that's cheaper than the other one. Oh, that's interesting.
Another one of those villages that's definitely one for the locals, I'd say. Not sure what we're going to find here. Ah, what a day. Oh, wow. Got ourselves some music, live music going on down there. Looks like some sort of festival. The old stone bridge, they've got a perfect vantage point. I don't know if they put it on just for us, but I mean, very nice indeed.
Just coming to the end of the ride here.
Take a breather here at the old stone bridge and go and check out the village. Good job.
Oh.
Wow, what a place. Made it to the Pobla, an old stone bridge behind us. This is where we're going to close off part one. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Looks like a great spot to find a
probably
coffee.
Sunday morning.
Fill up some bottles.
Try to go outside
sort of
Saturday and then
there. So refresh
get a ride in
ourselves,
Sunday
take a
before
moment,
the
and get
party.
ready for part two. Until then, peace out.
It. An hour in the bag. Yeah, a lifting session tonight, and then outside for the weekend. We'll see everybody on the next live stream.